Thank you for joining us today. My name is Kelly Mann and I'm the Assistant Parks and Recreation Director for the City of Roanoke Rapids Parks and Recreation Department. And today I have with me Rose Massey, who is a Master Gardener, and also joining us to assist her is Miss Jones, and she is one of our employees at the Child and Recreation Center. And they're going to be making a terrarium today and show you how you can make one at home. And so we're going to let them show you how to do that and all the things you can gather right from home. You don't have to go out and buy anything. And we just wanted to make sure that you had a fun thing that you could do while we're all still kind of staying at home some and in phase 2.
Okay, our first thing is to gather the materials that we will need, and we need some equipment to go gather those materials. A bucket works well, some plastic bags, container to put plants in, Ziploc bags or other bags to contain your soil. And so once you have your materials gathered, to go out into look for the live materials that you'll put in your terrarium, I want to encourage you to be safe. There are some plants that many people have a great sensitivity to. They're allergic to them. So be sure to avoid these plants, poison oak, poison ivy, poison sumac, or it won't turn out to be a fun experience in building your terrarium. So we're going to begin now with, I have gathered the materials, and we need to know what we're going to put them in. It needs to be something that light can go through so that the plant continues to live. You know, plants need water, they need light, they need air, oxygen, and they produce carbon dioxide. So you could use containers, disposable containers that you've recycled, such as these plastic ones. You could use glass jars. Things will need a lid because you're going to have a closed environment. You can even purchase a small, inexpensive item to build your terrarium in. Today, Ms. Jones and I are going to use these containers to encourage you to recycle and repurpose plastic as well. Our first step in building will involve having a layer. Oh, we're going to put gloves on. There's nothing wrong with handling rocks and soil and plants, but it's sometimes difficult to get that stuff out from under your fingernails. And so, as you see, I have some well-used gardening gloves, and they're going to help me in putting our things together. First of all, we're going to put the rocks in the bottom of our container. This is a great thing to assemble outside, because then the rocks can fall down and you don't have to pick them up. I think one of the most fun parts of this is gathering the materials as well. Alright, these rocks form a layer so that as water is created in our environment that we're going to construct, they'll have a filter down here and they can evaporate. Now, we'll need a liner that helps keep some of the water separated. So what I have done in this case is I took a piece of plastic and punched holes in it. So that's going to go right on top of our rocks. And you can make that filter out of various things. It could be made out of screen material, because you want the water to go through it. It could be made out of plastic with the holes punched in it, or it could be made out of what some people call landscape fabric that keeps the weeds out of various flower beds and around shrubs. So now we have our rock layer and our filter over top of it. Our next step is going to be to put soil. And notice I'm calling this soil It really is soil. There's a difference between dirt and soil. Soil is the correct term for what we often call dirt. This is just soil that I gathered in the woods near where I live. And it's nice and dark, so it has a lot of decaying matter in it, which gives it nutrients. You could use potting soil if you have that on hand, but you don't have to go get potting soil. That's something you have to purchase when you might have really good soil close around you. All right, now that we have the rock layer, our filter, and our soil, we're going to begin to, notice this is a little tool that we created using plastic utensils. It'll help us to sort of push the soil down a little. Right. Then, plants that you want to put inside the terrarium should be small plants. When you're gathering them out in the woods, try to keep the roots intact. And I'm going to get one just like that. As you're looking around at the plants that you choose to put in there, if they're plants that are tall and large, don't choose those, because you want something that everything looks sort of small. We're going to take this and just push it down in the soil using our fingers and our spoon tool here, covering the roots up. Good job. Also, when you're collecting things, look for plants that have differences in texture. And it's okay to break off a part of the plant. Notice this one has a little, almost like a ferny appearance compared to that big leaf that we've used first. So we're going to put that down in the, see that has a large root system. I'm going to separate that. Put that down inside as well. We're trying to be sure and cover up the roots. And we have 3 different plants here. This one has a spiky type of appearance. Now, if you need more soil to cover up things, you're doing a great job, Ms. Jones, of getting it covered. Then you can add some interest to your environment that you've created. You might want to put a stick down in it, or bark, or something like shells or marbles. You choose what you'd like, and I'm gonna choose a stick. And to give mine a little color, I'm going to add marble to it. Now the last plant that we're going to put in to sort of act like a carpet is moss. And this I thought was just really pretty moss. And there is a lot of moss because we've been so fortunate recently to have rain. And it sounds like more is coming. So you choose whatever amount you'd like to of the moss to get down in there and kind of cover the soil. or something that we've picked up. I'm sort of a rock hound myself. I pick up rocks and sticks all the time. We're going to use this is just tap water to spray. That we're going to put on our terrarium. Now, what you should begin to see is that this forms really the water cycle. You will have a closed container, and water will go down into the rocks, then it will evaporate when it gets to the cool part of the air, and then it will come back and precipitate. So if you notice beads of water inside of here, you may have overwatered it, and you might need to take the lid off and take a paper towel and wipe a little off. If you're not noticing any beads of water come back up, then you may need to just squirt it. So, we have created a living environment that we can enjoy watching. Oh, you could even put a fishing worm in this if you'd like to. Or another little animal, another little insect that could live like a ladybug. So I think yours looks really nice.
Thank you, Ms. Rose.
You are welcome. Enjoy.